Namaste everyone and welcome to the Spake, Satguru Sivananda. We are taking quotes from Guru Garu and we are discussing them. Nana is here. So I will share the quote, our usual drill. You must remember that the one who brought you out from darkness to light is God himself. Always acknowledge that. Attribute your welfare to God, to the Lord. Never take your welfare for granted as if it is self-earned. Welfare or safety or security is never earned by anybody, by his own prowess or merit. They are given by God. That is obvious. Over to you, Nana.
Namaste, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. The present quote is an extension of the previous quote. Yeah, Hema?
I don't know how that is happening. Okay. I don't know how randomly it is happening. There is something behind this, you know? Obviously, we know.
Exactly. It covers half up to this far. That's what he said, up to this far. So that quote was up to this far. So from now, what happens? To what extent we have to go, where to go, how to go, what to do, how to understand. So this is the second part of our life, the soul's life. Our life means soul's life. We are referring to the soul. So in fact, what we have been discussing or trying to understand is about the history of the soul. Just, Hema and myself are students of history. We are only planning this history of soul, not exactly the nature of soul and how it goes where. That is a different thing. That's the spiritual aspect of it. We are only looking at the material aspect of the soul. Any material aspect covers under history. So we think that we can discuss this because history can be discussed. History can be related. History can be analyzed. History can be narrated. So this in our purview, in a way. So we have taken this. So we are looking into the history of soul, and this history of the soul, history of the science of soul. Not exactly soul, because I told you that we are not going to the spiritual part of soul. So science covers only material things, material analysis, material applications, material benefits. So all these things come from science. So we are taking history of science of soul. So that way, this can be discussed, can be tried to understood, and we can also experiment that. We can also demonstrate that, we can prove that. Then how do you prove that we have come from some darkness? The questions can be raised. Yesterday itself, we had to discuss this. So now it is made clear here in this quote. So here he says, the key word is remember. Remember is the important key word here. What is that to be remembered? What you have forgotten has to be remembered. If it is already known to you, there's no question of memorizing it. There's no need. Because you have to remember. What should be remembered? The thing is, now we said after we have come this far, which far? When we can think of ourselves, when we can understand that we are existing, So now you are putting a question, who made us the existence for us? Who made us to have this idea of existence? Who made us to think about our existence? Who made us to think about our beginning, before existence, before consciousness? So earlier, this far, we have come without consciousness. We have no consciousness. How we have passed through so many 7 layers, what we say, bhuvanas. Do we remember? So now you should remember. What is that? If not every layer, but through the phase that you have come through to this. So here you have Aditya, the Surya. The Surya is at the center of the Brahmanda. So this, what you call the present planet of Earth, is going round Surya. We are not going into Surya. We are going round Surya. So that we have got this brightness, this light. So this made us far from the darkness. So earlier we were in dark, but now we are in the light. And that's why in our culture, we always think that Aditya is the one who appears to us as God. He is the appearing God, Sakshat Prabhu. So he has that Sakshat. So he is there, you can see. Who is God? I think I may not be able to show you, but I can show you the Aditya, the sun. Who is responsible? Who causes our birth? Who causes our living? Who causes our soul's evolution? So our first prayer only goes to Aditya. Through Aditya, we may reach so many gods and goddesses. Even Ishvara could also be seen through Aditya. So here, from where we have come, if we are, suppose, if you have just, you woke up from your slumber, your sleep. After waking up, then you try to know what were you doing earlier. Now you have woke up. Now you know that you are up the bed. But everything goes by reason. That's why I call it science. So when you got up from your bed, then remember that you were sleeping. That means you are not conscious of yourself. Self was there, but the problem before us that we were not conscious of our living, conscious of our existence, conscious of our what you call the memory or something, whatever what we have gone through, so many layers, so many experiences we might have had, but we are not aware of them. We are not aware of them. So from darkness means sleep, slumber. From darkness, now you have come into the light. Now you got up and now you see around. And you see the trees and you see the prakriti, you see this and that. You can also put off your fan, everything. Because this is what you made you up. So Guruji says, remember what should you do? Before that, I think you were in this slumber, you were in the darkness, you were sleeping, you were unconscious. So when you got up, just go run here and there. But you should see that, you are unconscious. You are not aware of yourself. So you remember. Remember is the very key word. This is not speaking to your mind. This is spoken to your heart, soul. So who has to remember this? Not the brain. Brain may forget after some time. But no, this is what you have at the center of your heart. While we were looking into the Brahmanda, we had this idea that there was some place in the heart center, which is just, a bit right to your heart, bloody heart. You have the bloody heart that you can know. But no, right to that, a small space, a small dot, or whatever it may be. So that space is God's space. we say God's space. Even in the science also we say God's particle. That cannot be understood. It's just God's particle. So that's God's space. So here, when we brought you out from the darkness to light, who brought you? Yesterday, we have seen that we have come this far without knowing. So we did not even know that we are in a travel. We are going from this far to that far, from this goal to that goal. We are not aware of that. So what you are not aware, that is known as darkness. Darkness is not what we experience in the day-to-day life. So there is a daylight and there is night. Night, we supposedly say that this is dark. So we have come from dark, means we have come from unknown, which is not known to us. So remember that you have come from the unknown. And now you have come to the known. Known means you are there. Sudarshan Rao is there. Hema is there. Madan is there. So we are there. So this is light. This is known. So when you have known that you are there, then you remember from where you have come. So you can ask me a question. Well, how do you say that you have come down from so many 7 layers and then you have come to this human life? Before that, we had a very pitch darkness was there. Okay, how do you know that? How can you say that? Can you demonstrate it? Yeah, we can. If you think well. So imagine about your state when you were in your mother's womb. Just imagine how it would have been. You did not know how you were, but you were there for 9 months, 10 days. How did you spend your time? What was your pastime? What was your name at the time? You are only named after coming out. Before that, you didn't have any name. You were in pitch darkness. And who fed you? How you got up all these limbs and everything? How you developed yourself? Who made you to develop all these things so that you could come out? This was what happened earlier when we have not known that, because our mind was not activated. So we did not know how that time has passed on. Even now, because you are awake, I cannot keep you in a dark chamber for more than 1 hour. You cannot stay there in a dark chamber, closed chamber. Imagine yourself. But you were there for 9 months. Here you cannot even bear with half an hour or 1 hour. So that was the condition from where you have come. So remember, so that was your condition when you have evolved yourself into the present state. Well, so this darkness you have passed through, and you did not help yourself, and you did not even know that who helped you, who caused you grow. This all we don't know. But so there we have used the word God's grace. So we said that is the grace of God. That is the grace of God. Because you are zero there. You are not even aware of yourself. So that was the grace of God. Now, can you call it this grace of God can be extended to the other part of our life? Life means history of soul. Life of soul. Will it go similarly? No. Now you think that you are something. You think that you are something. So now you have the intellect. Intellect is a weapon in a way, a tool in a way, with which you can experiment the life, experience the life, yield the results of life. So these things are coming to you only because you have intellect. Earlier, you already had all these things, but you didn't have intellect. You didn't know what happened to you. I mean, what happened to you also you don't know. That is ignorance. That is ignorance. From ignorance, you are coming to light, brightness. So intellect is a very important element in our life, with which we know that we have come into the light. Intellect is very important. If intellect is not there, you are not aware of your existence. You can't even inquire into how you have existed. You can't even think of or remember what had happened earlier. It's a very serious subject. Guruji has his words seem to be very simple words. But this darkness, this pitch darkness in which you traveled for 9 months, acquiring all these things and coming out, when you come out, you just cry. You think that was comfortable to you because you don't know that it was comfortable. But now you have been brought to a challenging world. It is around you. Now somebody has to come. You have to cry for your milk. You have to cry to be clean. You have to cry to have the bath. So these things are you have to cry. Yeah. So from that helpless condition where you were taken care of, now you have come to a world where you are asked to ask anything. Even now, we say in Telugu, we generally have Adagandi Ammaina Petadu. Even mother won't give you anything unless you ask. So from that dependence, you have come to an independent status wherein unless you ask for anything, you are not going to get anything. So Guruji says, so that was the light whom God has brought you. God or some superpower, some supernatural power, whatever it may be. So that has taken care of you. That you have to understand, because there can't be any doubt about this, because you didn't have an intellect, you don't even remember that. You didn't have asked for it. It has come to you. You did not do any effort for that. So that is God Himself. God Himself brought you there. That is the only explanation that you can give. Well, then what happens? Always acknowledge that attribute of welfare to God. Here, the key word is acknowledge. Acknowledge is a clear word. The key word.
Hello, Nana. Nana. Hang on, everyone. Sorry, there is some technical difficulty. I will just check and get back.
Hello? Hello? Yeah. So we were in a very serious discussion. What is that? The key word that we have taken is acknowledge. This is the most important. In Sanskrit word or Telugu word, we are quite aware of the word kritajnata. Kritajnata. That's the word. The opposite of this is kritagnata. Now, if you say there's no God, nothing, we have come like this, so this is all my effort, I made this. You are saying so many things now. Well, so this is kritagnata. Thanklessness. So Guruji always stresses this point. You should have kritajnata.
Oh, is there a difference in the way it is pronounced? I always thought thank you is krutagnata. So it's...
Thank you is a language, a foreign language.
Okay.
Even acknowledgement is also foreign language, because we have to think to equate them.
No,
but the real
gratitude. So
gratitude,
krutagnata, and there is a krutagnata and there's a kritagnata.
What is kritagnata? What is kritagnata? Krita means what you are doing, what has been done. Krita.
Oh, okay.
Krita Yuga, we say Krita. What had happened to you? Jnata, memorize that. You remember that. You always, because even now also we say, my mother has fed me, my father was taking care of me when I was a boy. Suppose if you forget that, that is Krita Gnata, that is more harmful to your soul's development. That's why for everything, even in the Western circle also, this is a wonderful practice. For everything they say first, thank you. Thank you. Even if you give a small thing in your hands, say thank you. May not be a greater thing, but whatever you receive from the other, you acknowledge is there. You have to acknowledge. This pen is given to me by my friend. This pen is from my friend. This specs is from somebody, some doctor has given me. So this is Kritajata. This, and again, you should not think of you have paid for it and you got it. So that should be wrong. Even if you have paid for it, that you have got this, you have got a correct lens. That's God's grace. So for whether you have paid or whether it has come to you like that, even then everything is Kritajnata. That is the most important thing for the soul. The soul should always be thankful to God for the things happen to you when you have not known it, and for the things what are happening to you knowingly. Both. So that's why he says, always acknowledge that attribute of your welfare to God. Whatever welfare means, what is welfare? Welfare is well-being or whatever it may be. Everything is God's grace. Suppose if you say that I have been doing daily exercise and I am very fit to do any job and this and that, I am intelligent to hold the big office. All these attributes you make to yourself. But still, who allowed you, who permitted you, who made it available to you to do certain things? Even that, now, if you think that this is your merit you are enjoying, even that merit's enjoyment is result of God's grace. So that is all the welfare. You remember, you should acknowledge. That is ever remember. Remember what had happened to you when you did not know about yourself. But here you have to acknowledge, because knowingly you have received some help, or knowingly some benefit has come to you. Unknowingly has also some benefit has come to you. But even for knowing or unknowing facts, you should think that that's only because of God. That's the Lord. So never take your welfare for granted. What does it mean? Your welfare, you cannot take it for granted. You think that you are fine today, that you are strong today, that you are clever today, clever enough to take up any job. You have the sufficient skills with you, but still there is a chance that that would not assure you the exact result of what it is meant for. How? How is it possible? So you take, for example, so a Dettol solution, they say that is antiseptic. To what extent? Again, just for the fear of the legal issues, they say 99.9%. They cannot say 100%. Tomorrow you have bought a ticket for your flight at 10 o'clock in the morning. Everything is okay. You have paid for it and you are ready to go. You are there even. Then that does not happen. It does not happen. So there is some element of uncertainty in what you think that it is certain. Yesterday he was very fine. He talked when we had some booze also in the hotel and everything. But today morning I heard that he is no more. Yesterday he was so fine. We sat together. Today in the morning, I'm told that he is no more. How did it happen? He was so strong, so healthy, never had any headache. I have never seen him taking an injection for any problem. But still, what do you say for that? So all those points that you say, the positive points which are required for the well-being, may be there, but the problem is how you receive it, at what time, and how. Everything is uncertain. There is an element of uncertainty. Similarly, there is only one thing. Generally, we, out of fear of death, our people may be doing homas, like Mrutyunjaya Homa, Mrutyunjaya Japa, this and that. We pray Lord Rudra to protect us, to save us. That's fine, we have to do. But to what extent this japa, even if you continue throughout, do you mean to say that you can completely do away with death? Is it possible? Here is the element. What is that? Even in our Veda, they said, apamruchu. Apamruchu can be avoided. So, what is your syllabus that you have brought here along with you? That syllabus has to be completed. Till then, so the death may not approach you. But after that, they have to go. Sri Rama, like some people, or Sri Krishna, like great people, they can fix up when they have to go, and they go at that time. They don't need any apamruchu japas. But we may need apamruchu japas and all that, we do. But it doesn't mean that, we go deathless. So this is one aspect. So here, so the welfare, our safety, our security, and all these things that do not depend on our prowess of merit. That's what he clearly says. It's not because of that. Because the God is there. He is looking after. Even when you cannot think of yourself, God has taken you to this far. And the other far, the other distance will be covered with His grace. That you should remember. Because He has taken care of you, now He takes care of you. So they are all given by God. And this is very obvious as Hema shows the thumbs up. Okay? So we should stop here. It's a very serious thing that we have to brood over. And we should be very thankful to God for the seen and unseen benefits that we are receiving from Him. And we cannot return anything to Him, but only should be kritajnata. We have to show the kritajnata. If you say that He is not there, He has not done, that's very bad, because you have forgotten. That's why He says, remember who has taken care of you when you do not have anything of yourself. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Nana. Take the questions, and Nana can take the questions. Sorry, let me read out. How to show krutagnata towards God? Nana, this is the question.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. Krutagnata doesn't mean that you have to give something in writing to God. It is only within your soul. Your soul should be showing that thankfulness. That should be within you. It is inbuilt quality of you, that you should never doubt that God has not taken care of me. You should be very sure that God has taken care of you up to this far, and He will also take care of you in the further. That is kritajnata. For any moment, for any disturbance, for any trouble, if you say that God has not taken care of me, that is kritajnata, thanklessness.
Agnata. Oh, agnata. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Nana. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. And tomorrow we can join again at the same time, and see you all tomorrow at the same time. Thanks.
Namaskar.